Hi everybody, I'm Rockin Robin from CookingMexicanRecipes.com. Now today I'm really excited. I have a very special guest here with me today. This is my oldest son, Andrew.
That's me.
That's you.
There's no other special guest here. So that's me today.
All right, so Andrew, you know, typically this is the first time for you to be behind the camera.
It is. I've spent a lot of time
in front
on
of the
that
camera.
side.
Yeah, you're on that side, but this time you're on my side.
So hopefully
now you know it'll be great. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a can of refried beans and I'm going to have Andrew spice it up and make it taste better, right?
I don't know if I'm qualified to operate that kind of machinery, but we'll give it a shot.
Okay, we're going to do that. We'll be back in just a minute. We'll tell you how to do it.
We've got our can of refried beans. They're fat-free.
Right.
What are we going to do to make this delicious? Because nothing fat-free is ever good in my book.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to be adding some oil. Now I have some vegetable oil right there, and I'm going to be, actually I'll have you do it. We're going to have you deep frying these corn tortillas in the oil to infuse that flavor into it. And that's what's going to give these beans a lot of flavor. So, and we're also going to be adding some garlic powder, some onion powder, and a little bit of salt. So let's get started. Okay. Andrew, go ahead and put the refried beans into the pan. Let's start with that.
It smells like canned refried beans.
Yeah. Okay, put that in.
Okay.
Okay, let's go put this on the stove. Okay. So Andrew, go ahead and turn this small frying pan. We're going to be using a small frying pan. That way we don't have to use too much oil.
It's the perfect size.
So that's perfect. Okay,
how high does the flame?
Let's start it at medium high, and measure in a half a cup of oil.
Alrighty.
Into that pan, and you can go ahead and, you know, even if it's a little extra, that's fine. Put a little bit more.
How's that?
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Now, while that's heating up and coming to temperature, I'm going to go ahead and, why don't you turn the fire on for this pan here. We'll put this on low, or the beans. And for the time being, I'm just going to add that garlic powder, and I'm going to sprinkle it in so that it's dispersed all the way around. I don't want to just plop it in one spot. Okay. And same thing with the onion powder. So we want to keep this on low so it doesn't burn, and I'll just stir it up. Add just a pinch of salt.
You look like a master chef.
As soon as that oil's hot, we'll start dipping our tortillas.
Alright, so we test this. I've seen this before. Get the little bubbles going on our tester. It looks pretty good.
Good.
So I think it's time to grab a whole tortilla here.
Right, and just
one or two.
Just do one for now. Let's just see how. Let's see how that goes.
And then how long do we leave it in there for? And do we flip it, or does it matter?
Well, I would flip it after a few seconds. So after like 20 seconds, I would just keep flipping it over, because you don't want one side to turn, you know, really dark brown. So go ahead and flip it.
Okay.
And it's probably going to take about 2 to 3 minutes to cook this. And because there's not very much oil in it, it's going to start to get really dark quickly because the tortilla is so close to the bottom of the pan. There's not a lot of oil in there.
Okay.
So this is where it takes, you know, about 15 minutes to do.
15 minutes?
About 15 minutes, because we're going to do about probably 7 tortillas. Obviously, the more that we do, the more flavor that's going to get in that oil.
I like the flavor.
Okay, so Andrew, see how it's starting to not be as bubbly?
Yeah, it's pretty settled down now.
Turn it over. You can see it's pretty dark.
Oh,
okay, so go ahead and hold that up out of the oil and let it drain for a minute, because we want to keep as much oil in there as we can.
That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff. So that's, see, it got pretty dark. And if you want to add some salt to that, you want to do it while it's still warm. It'll stick.
I don't know. That doesn't look like a very tasty tortilla chip to me.
It's a little dark. Yeah, and you really can't avoid it because there's not very much oil in the pan. And like I said, that tortilla is really close to the heat. But what we're doing is we're getting some good flavor in that oil. So Andrew, you're done frying your 7 tortillas, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now what you're going to do, you turn the heat off of the oil. Go ahead, and I want you to put, you've got a spoon there, I want you to put almost 3 spoonfuls of that oil into these beans.
How many of these? How many spoonfuls?
Let's say 2.5.
2.5 spoonfuls.
Start with that.
Start with 1. Ooh, that looks really hot.
Yeah, it is.
2.
Go one more.
We'll get another one. This
Okay.
is the flavor maker right here.
That's right. Okay, now stir up the beans.
Stirring the beans.
So you want to stir that until that oil is completely incorporated. Now you're going to do a taste test because you want to see if you have enough salt. So when you're ready, I got another spoon here for you to give it a little taste.
It looks very hot.
It is.
I think it needs a little bit of salt.
Okay, how about the oil?
Those are really good.
Does that oil seem like I have enough oil for flavor?
Go back for seconds.
You're double dipping, that's not allowed. But I'll let you go because you're my son. A little bit of salt?
Just a dish.
Okay, just a little bit. All right, stir that in.
That was halfway between a dash and a pinch, by the way. A dish. My spoon is ready.
I'm ready.
This looks delicious.
I'm ready to try this, yes. I put it in the oven. I put some Monterey Jack cheese over it so it can melt all over and make it nice and cheesy. So I'm going to give it a go.
Do it.
You said it tasted awesome, right?
I think it's perfect at this point.
Hope it's not too hot.
It's not. It's delicious. Which is a feat since it's
man.
a can of refried beans
Yeah.
from the store.
That is amazing, isn't it?
Fat-free, no less in it. It is amazing now.
All right, guys, I hope you will try this. You're going to love it. It's quick, it's easy. It only takes about 15 minutes. Just take your time with those tortillas. Anyway, well, thanks for watching and joining us today. Andrew, thank you for being with me today.
It's been a pleasure.
And be sure and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get some more Mexican recipes like this one that you can cook at home, head on over to my website at cookingmexicanrecipes.com. We'll see you next time in the next video. Bye.
Adios, muchachos.
Talking.
Hello. And welcome to The Daily Show.
We have to shoot it over because I do it a lot now.